So, welcome to another Glenn Maney Talks Chelsea, and it's my match review of the Champions League Group game, and it's Rennes 1, Chelsea 2. And talk about drive you to drink. That was like watching old Chelsea, wasn't it? That was like watching Chelsea before the last sort of 6 or 7 games. And Chelsea, for most of my life, to be honest, they've always made things a lot harder than they should be. First 20 minutes when Werner's miss. Oh, dearie me. I was trying to think. Have I missed one quite as bad as that? And yes, I had. In youth football. At Molineux, funnily enough. But, yeah, what a terrible miss by Werner. His body was going backwards, and you lot know what happens when your body goes backwards and your head's up in the air, even from, what was he, 4 or 5 yards out, you can miss. So yeah, Timo, there's a slap for you, or as Joe Colt would say, a smack of the bottom. So, or a smack of the bum, whatever he said, I forget now. It sounded funny though. So yes, let's go through the team. Mendy in goal. Aspie at right back, Chilwell left back. Yeah, in the middle we had Zuma and Thiago Silva, and then we had Jorginho just in front of Kovacic, Mount playing slightly further forward and linking things, and then Werner on the left wing, Tammy up front, and Callum Hudson-Odoi on the right wing getting some minutes that I was particularly pleased about. Yeah, I've already gone through Werner's miss. I'll mention that when I'm scoring them. Callum Hudson-Odoi got the goal. I think it was from a ball from Mount. Mount was outstanding, by the way, particularly in that first half. He and a couple of bits of skill that he come out with, but yeah, he was outstanding. His link-up play, everything he did. Those that gave him stick on social media, I don't think they know anything about football whatsoever. I think they ought to go and support a tennis player or someone who plays, or a golfer, because then you've only got one person to concentrate on, and let's face it, it's far easier to come to some sensible conclusions when you've only got one person to watch. Or a darts player. Darts player's good. You know, they've got even less action then. I mean, you're either bending your arm and throwing a dart, or you're not. And that's about it. It's like just eye coordination. So yeah, I suggest anyone that said Mount was not a footballer, not a top footballer, should go and watch darts. There's an idea for you. Yeah, he was brilliant. So I'm going to make it quick tonight. Mendy, who didn't have a lot to do, but when he did, one cracking save. Wasn't that a cracking save from the point blank header? He had no chance for the goal. It was just poor marking. Reminded me of the first 3 games of the season. So I'll score him as I go along. Mendy, I'm going to give an 8. No chance for the goal. Decent palm away when it was just too high to catch. We just look confident in front of him, don't we? And he instills confidence. So yeah, Mendy, a cracking save, and kept us in the game at that point. Then we've got right back Aspie. I thought Aspie had a really good game tonight. I'm giving him an 8 as well, as I am Zuma and Thiago Silva. I thought they both very good, very assured. Chilwell, Ben, my man, worst game I've seen you play in a Chelsea shirt. Still decent, still half decent. It wasn't the end of the world, but couple of really poor lapses of concentration. So you can cut that out, because we thought we got rid of that when we signed you. So yeah, I'm giving Chilwell a 7. In the middle of the field, Jorginho, he done okay, but he wasn't his game, was it? 7.5. I think we saw tonight just how much we missed little Kante, didn't we? When he came on, things were fine again. We do miss him. You know, Jorginho and Kovacic are okay in that midfield, but Kante's he's worth both of them. I'll be honest, he is, especially the style of play we're playing now. So that's one thing we learned tonight. Kovacic put a shift in, going to give him 7.5 as well. Mount, I am going to give Mason Mount a 9. Going to give Mason Mount a 9 because he was my man of the match. Werner, yeah, that miss. Sorry, Timo. You are a top forward. I'm going to be really strict in my scoring, and that was that terrible miss. There was the chance that Giroud eventually scored from when it went off the keeper's legs up in the air that you should have buried. Timo's getting a 7 from me tonight. He's getting a 7. He put a shift in. He did put a shift in. Nothing major, but I want to see Timo finishing. You know, finishing chances like that. Tammy. What do I do with Tammy? Tammy boy. Right, yeah, Tammy. He put a shift in. He put a shift in. A couple of good defensive clearances as well. Yeah, you know I'm really torn on Tammy, but yeah, he put a shift in. So I'm going to give Tammy Abraham an 8. His hold-up play is getting better. I will say that. A couple of times there, and I thought, crikey, you've really been working on that. So yeah, Tammy Abraham gets an 8 from me. Callum Hudson-Odoi, good goal, took it well. Looked dangerous in patches. One defensive clearance I can think of that was really good. He got back, goal side of his man, put it out for a corner. I think it was a really good block anyway. But he don't do it often enough. A lot of the time he'll lose the ball and he'll watch. When you've got Ziyech there, if he loses the ball, you watch him. How he runs back. Even when William was there, people used to say, oh, why is William getting picked over Callum Hudson-Odoi? It's because you don't realise how vital it is that in modern day football your winger gets back and defends. You know, and Callum doesn't do it. And I think for a young man he's got to. I think the only person we've ever let off for not doing too much of it was Eden Hazard, and Callum's got a long way to go before he's an Eden Hazard. But yeah, Callum, I am going to give you 8 because you took your goal brilliantly. You looked dangerous going forward. One lovely ball across that someone should have been on the end of. Yeah, you put a shift in. You put a shift in by your standards. Not enough defending for my liking. Got to get back when you lose the ball, but it was good. So all round, what am I going to give them as an all-round performance? I think a 7. They've been hitting sort of 8, 8.5. Frank himself, I'll give him a 7. I can see why he made the changes to give people a rest, but we don't look, until he brought the substitutes on, we didn't look anywhere near the full. So after the first 20 minutes, when we were good, we were good, but for the next hour we didn't look anything like it. Didn't look anything like it until the subs come on. Ziyech, Havertz looked quite assured, but he does, doesn't he? Just little link-up stuff and a couple of great defensive tackles, by the way. And then Ollie, what do I say? I don't know when he scores sub, but you know what, Ollie? I'm going to give you 8.5 because your hold-up play was excellent. You won a couple of really good free kicks, and what a finish! Keep your eye on the prize. That's what they say, and he certainly did that. So that's it. Looking forward to Tottenham on Sunday. We got a couple of more days rest than them. I I think he'll practically put the reserves out on Thursday though, so that's not all that it looks like. Yeah, Chelsea got the job done, professional job, touch and go, had us on the edge of our seats, had Twitter practically calling for Frank's head again after 88 minutes, and in the 93rd minute, best manager ever. Oh dear. Chelsea getting pelters, worst team performance since Jesus was on the cross, and 93rd minute. Oh, brilliant. I love some of them on there. It is just one big cabbage patch, isn't it, Twitter? It's funny. Anyway, I shall speak to you after the Tottenham game at the weekend. Thanks for you guys that watch these videos, and girls, by the way. I've had a couple of DMs saying how much the Blue Ladies enjoy these. So thank you, and if you haven't subscribed yet, will you subscribe to the channel for me? It'd be doing me a favour, and I really appreciate it. Okay, speak to you soon. Up to Chelsea.